Well, this'll be interesting because we're in Coronation Street and it's the most filmed street in Britain, and they got top grade TV equipment, and I've got this fairly simple camcorder, though it is 1080. So let's see how much worse it looks. So what do you see? You come out the bistro, which is where the end of that tour is, where they don't let you film inside, admittedly, and then they do. Then you come out here and see all this end here, which is very interesting. There's all the iconic stuff that represents ordinary life in Britain and a working class town of Manchester, you know, as it was.
What I've told you about film theatre.
Let's do something like that. So the cabin, Dev's, DNS's, that's Dev and Sunita's, sadly, isn't it? They've even got a real time on the post box here, which is amazing. Everything about real life is kept. I'm not walking on the iconic cobbles. To tell you what,
the people on my tour, well, everybody in fact, from the Rosamond Street.
There's everybody that lived in the houses. As you go along here, you can see there's Webster's is nicked in the corner. There's all these little annexes. They've made the street a little bit bigger, and yet it's all so small. It's almost like a little patchwork of streets they've expanded into. They've definitely done it in the new set, and here it's still quite remarkable what they've achieved in what is admittedly quite a small space when you actually get to it. I bet when you watch this you don't really get the impression of it, because it's just so it's so small in some ways. There's a lot of people taking pictures. We're all taking pictures of our pictures. There you go. All these are. This is half the content of Facebook tonight. Like I said, here, nearly tripped over, and I wonder if an actor's ever done that in Coronation Street. Probably have. There's in-house production of You've Been Framed. There you go. This is interesting. Well, what is it? Featuring Roadrunner cartoon. It's actually a picture of Continuing on Street. Pretty clever. Obviously printed out on the best printer in the world. And down there, what's going on there? That just leads to the edge in Granada Studios and all that. I just like the way they've done the nooks and crannies at the end. I'm more fascinated by that. That's where the pharmacy, I think it's the medical centre, they hardly ever really go in there. And apparently that's where Deirdre works. For your fries only, is that the one at home? Owned by Devs? No, it isn't. It's actually Prima Donna. So they've got two. I didn't even know that. They've got two competing chip shops, as well as the Bistro, Rover's Return. Two sort of classes of establishment right on top of each other, almost in the same street. You could say that's not true to life, but then look up the road from these very studios, the Granada Studios, Sainsbury's Local and Tesco Express, right next to each other. Yeah.
About the Beading Tower.
And then go around there.
Barlow's Buys. So that was basically nicked off him by his sister, who's nothing but a pantomime villain, and that's all the depth to her character is. It's quite good. They've got like a little bit of touch of suburbia. But isn't it weird how this house here, they'd be practically inundated with RF from the taxi rank, which is it's got a neat little cocooned into this little corner here. Streetcars. There's actually, I saw a taxi go past just outside on Key Street outside the Granada Studios, and that was a streetcars car. I wonder if that was deliberate. Like this, how long could this go on for? This is all added to the original set. There's Roy's Rolls. Place of Sadness now, of course. Is that the name of Yasmina, is it? I think that she wants to turn this place into a community centre. And then they don't really film here much, do they, on this side? But up at this end, well, this is where single living apartments, Victoria Court. So Nick has to actually go. Hardly anyone travels in Coronation Street. Why do they even own a car? They spend the vast majority of their lives within this little microcosm or minicosm here. So he has to come out of there, and then he walks along this street, and then round the corner, and then down there, and then he finds his bistro. It's actually one of the longest journeys on the entire set. And there's a real railway, only in the sense that it's not real, it's just there, in the sense that this is a real pub. Because we can see it and it looks like a pub. So here's something else you may not have thought of. Quite interesting. The Hilton family must have annoyed Granada, because you never see this on the actual set of Coronation Street, on the filming. I don't know what technique they use, but you can clearly see the Hilton Hotel here, and it's never in shot on Coronation Street itself. So the last part we want to show now is quite interesting. If you've ever had an affair or something like this, and you want people to know about it, this ginnel will have the opposite effect. It's got the iconic cobbles. Oh, this is the beer garden to Rover's Return. I never thought of this. Gosh. So there we are. I'm running out of footage now on this. I'm stupid. And there's the ginnel. Not quite quiet enough because of this tour now. You still get people coming down it. God, what's the one with the shopping trolley in it? I think it was that. It's the last thing we're going to see. Is that someone who's nicked a shopping trolley? I think that would be what Kylie did. All aerials, Winter Hill. They've aimed at so they can watch themselves on Coronation Street. Presumably all got free view. One's got satellite, but he hasn't got Sky, because I can show you that as the last thing. But it just comes out here again.